Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, people. Welcome to the EmPhire State of Mind on August 8th, 2024. I am Ryan Smith. Let's take a look at the Yanks game last night. Luis Gil on the mound for the Yanks gets into a little trouble in the first. Has to have a visit to the mound after throwing 31 pitches in the first inning. And after much to do, he gets the last batter to fly out to left field, where Verdugo snags it, and we go to the bottom of the first. Leading off the game, speaking of Verdugo, there he goes with a ground rule double, bounces right off the warning track, takes a short hop into left center. He got his back going, great sign after a day off in Toronto and 2 off due to play stops and a rain delay. Soto had a rough day yesterday, but big question, would they pitch to Aaron Judge, was answered. They walked him on the first at bat, but they did not intentionally walk him in the doubleheader. And good thing, because right behind him in the cleanup spot, Austin Wells. First and third, he drives in the first run for the Yanks in the first inning. This is a big deal with them. You got to score early. And when they have done that this year, that has been the key to their success. And I'm going to get into it more later. It helps their pitching. But Verdugo, good to see him swinging the bat well again. I think that Jazz Chisholm being moved in the 5th spot is a great spot with Volpe behind him, because the two of them on the base paths back-to-back adds another dimension. He gets called out on strikes early, and I think it messed with his head for the whole doubleheader. But next, Anthony Volpe ropes a double, continues a 10-game hitting streak. Aaron Judge scores, and you have a second and third situation with 2 outs in the first where the Yankees can capitalize. They end up adding no more runs in the first, and Gil throws a lot more pitches in the second. I actually made a prediction that he was going to not make it to 5. But he starts striking batters out, gets into a jam with runners at the corners, and gets out of the jam again. And then Oswaldo Cabrera. If you caught it yesterday live, I was updating game 1, and I said that this guy always does good things in the lineup. It's a shame he doesn't get a bigger chance. I looked into it deeper. His last 11 starts, the guy has 10 hits. You believe that? All right, so here's Judge's second plate appearance. They're up 3-0. He slaps a single right through the whole seeing eye single there to left field, followed by Austin Wells, another double. Look at that. This guy has been slugging the ball since the break. Chisholm gets up again and strikes out. This would be a theme throughout the day, but he did have a positive contribution. Grisham comes in, second, third, no outs. The Yanks can't get any runs home. So the score stays at 3-zip. Move to the top of the 4th. Now, this is where Luis Gil really became something. Striking out the batter, 1-2, after the leadoff man got on with a borderline error. Next batter, striking him out high. Yes, he went. He didn't even check the third base umpire. And striking out the third batter. So that's great. Here is Oswaldo Cabrera's second at bat. That was the shortstop who ranged over to make that catch. Can you believe that? But Cabrera, more good contact. Speaking of good contact, look who it is. Ben Rice scoring after walking. He's scoring on a double by Verdugo. Judge with runner on third, drives him in, and Judge picks up another RBI, ups his batting average to 324. He's now 3rd in the AL in batting average. And Verdugo, great to see him come back strong. There is the 100th pitch by Gil, strikeout in the 5th inning. Look at this nice slider, nice movement away from the right-handed batter. Look at that tail away. Usually it even moves more. There you go, strikeout. I'm sorry. Last out of the 5th inning, he throws 106 pitches. He came out and started the inning in the high 90s and got that 5 innings that Boone needed, and at least pumped. He solidified himself as the Yankees' number 2 starter. And here's what I wrote. He's the guy. If the Yankees can count on having top-notch right-handed pitchers as their number 1 and 2 starter, and Rodon or Cortez as a choice for a playoff home game, game 3, and Stroman for game 4 on the road, they've got it made. So let's hope this keeps up, and let's hope that Garrett Cole comes back healthy. They need that 1-2 punch. Now, game 2, Will Warren. He starts it out, first batter to Verdugo. Similar way the game start, huh? This kid has some nice stuff. He throws the ball hard. He has nice movement. And in the first inning, he threw some nice pitches. He gets out of the first inning with about 16, 17 pitches. He strikes out the last batter for a nice cherry on top. Top of the first, Soto strikes out. And they pitch to Judge and makes him pay. Single. The Judge singles with 2 outs. And, I thought we were going to have deja vu all over again, but that's not how it happened. Yankees didn't score, and Will Warren takes the mound and gives up the lead there with a single, and a runner was on third. He then walks the bases loaded and strikes a batter out. And, that was out number 3. It should have been strike 3. You saw it hit the lower inside corner. Instead, he walks in another run. And the next batter, with a 2-0 lead, comes up to the plate. And, oh no. Can you believe this? This kid could have got out of a bases-loaded jam with 2 runs. Instead, Zach Neto hits a grand slam. And now it's all of a sudden a 6-0 game. The kid he looked good on the mound, and if that would have been called, it would have been a different game. But there you go. Chisholm doubles. Would have been a single for most batters. And back to that, LeMahieu still hitting. He had 2 hits in this game, the only Yankee, and he drives home Chisholm. No one would have scored. No one would have gotten double out of Jazz Chisholm's hit there, and no one would have scored on that single. But because of his base running, he causes a throw home and gets LeMahieu to second. Yanks have an opportunity to add to it with Torres. He hits this one deep. It is way back and up. It is taken right out of the air like it was nothing by their stud right fielder. He looks like a power forward. So Warren is kept in there. They need him to eat up innings. It's a doubleheader, and he gives up a double with the runners in scoring position. Bases loaded again with 1 out this time, and he gives up a hit to Zach Neto. That would be the end of his day. Yanks come back. Look at this drive to center by Torres. It scores DJ LeMahieu. Torres is hitting the ball. It's nice to see. And LeMahieu was the only Yankee that had 2 hits in this game. However, every starter did have a hit yesterday, except, you never believe it, Juan Soto. He's very frustrated with his performance. Judge gets a walk late in the game. It's the 33rd time that he reached base in the last 10 games. Ties DiMaggio. That is amazing. That means he's averaging 3.3 times on base a game in the last 10. No wonder his batting average jumped up so high. And there's Giancarlo Stanton, breaks a bat. And, you see, Angels happy. They're going to cruise to a victory here. Chisholm strikes out for the 6th time of the day there, despite that nice base running with the double in his run. He had a rough day. They move him to that 5-hole. But I still like him and Volpe in tandem because when they can get on the base path together, I think that it's an automatic chance for 2 runs. So I saw a lot of positives. But like I said, this month the Yankees have the table set for them. They play a lot of weak teams, and I want to see them stop winning series and start sweeping series. So tonight's big. Nice to see the non-Soto Judge players have an impact too.